I decided to go live today to show y'all the behind the scenes of what I do on Mondays. I like to do my weekly content planning. Basically, map out what we're going to do for the week and then go from there. So far this morning, I have been editing photos from the shoot I did this weekend. So that's first. If I shoot content, I have to edit the content. And once the content is edited, then we upload it on the website. If you don't know, if you're new here, I'm Tamara from Razzle Dazzle Life. I have that website, which is comfort food. Then I have delicioussideDishes.com, which is all things side dishes. And I built both of them from the ground up. So we're here. Once I get these photos edited, then I will upload them to my website, and then you have to write a post after you upload them to your website. So that's first. I also shot a video, and that's going to go over to my editor. One thing I recommend when you start a business, outsource everything you don't enjoy doing. So one thing I did not enjoy doing was editing my own videos. So I definitely got an editor for that, and he's really dope. Shout out Alex. He gets all of the points for my videos. So this weekend I shot this fruit salad. I'm just going in. I use Lightroom to edit my videos. To edit my photos. Just brighten them up, get any contrast going, crop them. And then from there, I save them to my computer and I'll upload them to my website. One thing I will say is I started my website, razzledazzlelife.com, in 2019 just as a hobby. I was kind of like, people kept asking me for recipes. I was like, let me start a website and put all of my recipes on my site. If you haven't been there yet, check it out, razzledazzlelife.com. So I was just doing it for fun. I was just going to put them all on there just in case anything ever happened. I'm like, my kids can have my recipes, whatever. Family, friends, if they ask me for my macaroni and cheese, I'll just send them my website. Unbeknownst to me, it's a very lucrative business. Owning a website is very lucrative. So I quickly learned that, and I pivoted, and I turned it into a business. And here we are now, 6 years later, I've turned it into a six-figure business. So not only do I add the recipes to my website, I get a lot of brand deals. I have brands reach out that want to work with me for social media or just to help market their stuff. And then we'll come up with a cool video, and I post it and I get paid. So if you have content, if you have a content idea that you want to go forward with, I say do it. Don't hesitate. A lot of people sit on their content. They'll record videos or vlogs and they just hold on to it. Don't hold on to it. Post it because somebody's watching. Somebody wants to see it, and there might be a brand out there that will pay you. They will pay you, baby. So post your content. It's very easy to just record, and then hesitate on posting it. Don't hesitate. Somebody wants to see it, and somebody's gonna love it. So that, at first, when I first started my website, I had no idea about social media. I didn't even really, back in 2019, it wasn't a big deal. Social media wasn't a big thing. As you guys know, once COVID hit, TikTok took off. Everything took off. So when I first started my website, I had no intentions on being a creator or influencer or anything like that. When I first started, all you could do on Instagram was post photos. You couldn't even post videos. So I was cool with that. Then once videos started taking off, I really had to pivot and start recording videos. And that's a different ball game. And I can see why a lot of people don't like to put their content out there, because you don't like to put your face out there. You don't like to, just be in front of the camera. I think that was the hardest part for me. But you find your audience, you find your people, You figure out who really wants to see you, who wants you to show up, and you do it. And I'm telling y'all, it is a very lucrative business. I scaled from making, I think my first year I made maybe like $10,000, and fast forward 6 years later, I'm making over $200,000 a year. Just having my websites, working with brands. With the websites, I make money through advertisements. So if you've gone to either one of my websites, razzledazzlelife.com or deliciousidedishes.com, you can see that there's a lot of ads on there, which some people complain about, but that's how we get paid, to give everybody free recipes. And it doesn't have to be food. If you don't want to do food, if you do hair, if you paint, if you just want to show your life, get your content out there. If you didn't know, Google owns YouTube, and basically advertisers bid on my website through somebody that's called Mediavine. And so, like, say for instance, an advertiser like Lexus or Coca-Cola, they'll bid through my advertising company and to put a ad on my website, and then I get paid. So anytime somebody goes to my website and views that ad, I'm getting paid. So I'm making over $10,000 a month just on advertisements on my website. So start a website. You can use WordPress.org. It is a little more intricate than that, but it's really not hard. Once you figure it out, you're in there. Google also owns YouTube. So if you post a video to YouTube and it gets and somebody, say for instance, because I do food, so I can always reference food. If I post, right now I'm working on a fruit salad recipe. If I post this to YouTube, like a video, and somebody goes online and searches for fruit salad, they may pop up. They may see my YouTube video pop up, and then it's going to correspond to my website, so it'll send people over to my website. So that's just double money. Double money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, don't sit on your content. If you have any like dream of making money online, because this business makes money in my sleep, and it's a beautiful thing. So if you have any dream of just sitting back making money, post your content. I don't care what you do. Don't hesitate. Post your content. I think it's easier said than done. Some people are like really camera shy, and if that's you, I suggest you use AI. AI is really big now. You can create an AI character to do all the work for you. You don't even have to be the one behind the camera. But if you have like a natural talent, or if you have a funny family or anything, just post your content. Start recording, hit record. I started my business with my cell phone. So you can literally just hit record. Whether you're cooking, painting, I don't know, start a book club. If you have kids and you dress them real nice, show your process or your journey of shopping for them and dressing for them or getting them dressed. There's endless opportunities out there to make money online. And it's so crazy because, you know that saying, if it was easy, everybody would do it? I'm trying to say it's not easy, but there's so many opportunities. It's a lot of work, but the opportunities are there. So I just so happened to fall into the cooking lane because I cook. I'm a dental hygienist by trade. I cleaned teeth. That's what I went to school for. But I got burnt out. Then COVID hit, and I cook anyway. Everybody cooks, right? I mean, you at least try to. So I was like, I'm just gonna set up my camera and press record. But like I said, when I first started, videos weren't even a thing. It was just pictures. You put pictures on Instagram, pictures on Facebook. TikTok didn't exist. Now, fast forward, you literally have to record videos. You can't be successful in this space if you're not recording videos. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Anybody that's coming in that missed the whole synopsis of what's going on here. But like I said, I have 2 websites. Each of them I started with nothing. I was actually in the negative for years, and now I make over $200,000 a year just on ads on my website. So the money is there on the website front. Then I get paid from brands to do brand deals because they see my content and they want to work with me. So there's just a lot of different avenues to make money online or to make money. I basically make money in my sleep. So I mean, I can come up with a lot of. I actually used to mentor some different creators. Some creators you guys might even know. I used to make websites for them, or just kind of help them get their footing in the website space. I don't do that anymore because Google's changed so many times with their algorithm. It's hard to kind of keep up with what's going to work and what's not. But I say that to say the making a website is not the only way you can make money. There's so many ways to make money. Just hit record on your camera, I'm telling you. If you are outside at a really cool museum, hit record. Somebody wants to see it. Somebody wants to see it. I promise you. So I don't know if anybody is coming in that like has even an interest in starting a website or becoming a creator, or like I said, I never had intentions of becoming a creator. It just kind of fell in my lap. Honestly, you don't have a choice. If you're in this space and you're doing anything digitally on social media, you pretty much have to be a creator. You have to be willing to record videos. People want to see your face. I did used to shoot what they call a hands and pans video, where I'll just show the cooking process. But I realized that the audience that I have now likes to see my face throughout the video. And I prefer to see somebody's face when I'm recording. What do y'all prefer? Do you care? You just want to see the recipe? Some people want to see your face and some people just want to see the recipe. But I do both. Sometimes I'm going to show my face, sometimes I'm just going to show the recipe. But so a lot of people have the misconception that you get paid off of social media. So they think that like TikTok pays and Instagram pays and Facebook pays, which they do. But that's not necessarily going to get you to six figures unless you have millions of followers, or unless your videos are doing numbers. If they're doing like millions of views, lots of engagement. Because I do make money on those social platforms, but me personally, it's not going to be enough to sustain. The goal, that would be awesome. I mean, that would be really cool, but right now, that's not how it works for me personally. So, that said, my process when I am shooting my content or getting ready to shoot my content, usually I take Mondays to brainstorm what I'm going to do for the week. When it comes to me, I do food, I do recipes, so Mondays I take the time to kind of map out what I'm going to make for that week. What content am I going to shoot? I like to do trends, that are on TikTok or Instagram, but I don't base my entire strategy on that. In order to get people over to my website, I have to do stuff that people are actually searching for. So what recipes are people looking for? That's how I have to base my content. If somebody is searching for, like I will tell you right now, my most popular recipe is my Southern Peach Cobbler. That's one, like I have real-time analytics on my phone. I'm constantly looking how many people are on my website because that's how I get paid. So what I do on Mondays is I try to see like what are people looking for when they're searching for recipes. And then I base my content strategy on that. Because like I said, now social media correlates over to website. So if you Google something, you're definitely going to see a video. If I Google fried chicken recipe, a short video is going to pop up. So it's important to make videos now. I just came in here to yap. So thank y'all if you're here. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm just talking to you about how you can make money online, because it is so possible. And it doesn't just have to be a website. There's something called UGC, which is called user-generated content, where brands will reach out to you to create a short video for them, and they just want to use it on their end to advertise. You don't even have to post it to your social media channels. You can just literally make the video. So I did a lot of UGC content with a company called Green Pan. It's a skillet and pot company, and they'll send me their skillets and I'll make a video for them, and they just use it on their social channels. I don't even have to post it to my social media channels, and they pay me. So basically they're using us to make commercials for them that they can use on their end, and we get paid. So UGC is a good way to make money, user generated content. with brands where you don't have to show your face. You don't even really have to have a social media presence. You can just, the companies will send you their products and you make them a short video. They pay you for it. They use it on their social media. You don't even have to use it on your social media, and you get paid. So that's one way. Another thing that you could do, like I said, is create like an AI type character, and that AI character works for you. You don't have to do any videos. It's just your AI character. Somebody gave me a really great analogy because I used to hate AI. AI kind of took over and made our websites. I'm not the only creator that has a website who went through this. That's why I said our. When AI started getting really popular with Google, it really took a lot of traffic away from our websites because you would go into Google and search fried chicken recipe and AI would give you the complete recipe. I could probably do it now. And so instead of people getting directed over to our websites, they were getting the complete recipe right there in the AI answer. So I initially truly hated AI. But I heard this really great analogy the other day that really resonated with me. This guy said that when the light bulb first came out, people hated the light bulbs too. They hated light bulbs. They were really against it because it was taking work away from the candle lighters. There were people back in the day that used to go around and light candles for light. And so when light bulbs first came out, it took away jobs from the people that lit the candles. And so there was a lot of pushback against the light bulb. So that kind of resonated with me, like, you can't hate AI, you have to just go with it, because eventually, look how great the light bulb is now. Like, what would we do without a light and electricity? So eventually, AI is going to just be, I mean, it already is for me, but it's super helpful. It's going to push things forward. It's innovative. So instead of hating it, embrace it. Learn how to use it to your advantage. And I feel like I've done just that. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You don't have to necessarily do everything on your own if you want to create a business. Use AI. Literally, go into ChatGPT, and it doesn't have to be food. If you want to create a plant business, if you have a garden, if you have kids, if you want kids, if you're going through an IVF journey, I have so many ideas in my head. I'm like a serial entrepreneur. So I have like all these different ideas in my head of how I can help people make money. So don't hesitate to ask me in the chat or comment or DM, or I've helped a lot of people, a lot of huge creators that you guys know and love. I have helped in one way or another because that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy helping people make money online because there's so much money to be made. Then there's that theory that people have where, well, there's too many creators out there right now. It's over inundated, it's saturated. That's not true. If you think about it, when you go down the bread aisle, how many different brands of bread are there? How many different brands of white bread are there? Like wheat bread. There's probably 100 different kinds of breads in the bread aisle, but there's something there for everybody. Think about your creation journey like that. There's somebody out there that wants to see what you're doing. We're nosy. We're nosy people. Like, everybody's nosy. They want to see what you're doing. So there's money to be made, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, either get with it or you get lost. So don't hesitate to put your content out there. You know, I have so many ideas. Like thrifting. If you like thrifting, use thrifting as a content strategy. Somebody might be in the same boat as you. They want to learn how to thrift. If you like gardening, if you like houseplants, interior design, if you're a mechanic, I don't know, a truck driver, there's so many different ways for you to use what you do in your everyday life and turn it into a business, an online business, and make money. So I love to give people ideas. I love to help people figure out their lane. I think the hardest part for me when I first started my content journey was just finding my audience. I really had a hard time with that. I didn't know who my true audience was, and now I definitely have a very strong following on every platform. I have people that wait for me to show up. I think that part is kind of hard because you don't know exactly who wants to see your stuff. But once you figure that out, and once the people find you, they're going to be looking for you. So don't ever hesitate and think that you're not going to have somebody that wants to see your stuff. Somebody wants to see what you're doing, I promise. Just do it. Just get your stuff out there. And I told y'all I'm going to be yapping, so let me know if you have any questions. Right now what I'm doing is editing some content that I shot this weekend. I shot a fruit salad. I cannot wait to share it with y'all. Oh my gosh. I should have done it on live so you guys can see it, but I'll show you the video. It'll be out soon. I'm probably going to put it out. Like I said, on Mondays I like to kind of strategize content, or if I shoot content over the weekend, I will edit it and then it'll come out sometime that week. I usually, if I shoot content, I try not to sit on it more than 2 days. Like I said, I have an editor for my videos. I edit my photos, I take my own photos, I record my videos, but then I send all of my content to my editor to edit for me. Because that's one part of my journey I don't enjoy. And I always say, as a business owner, delegate what you don't enjoy doing. I used to have a VA who kind of helped me write my content online, but the way that Google has been tripping lately, I was like, you know, I'm going to write my own posts and stuff like that, work my own social medias. She's still available to help me, but I don't use her as much anymore. So let me know if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing or what I do. Another part of what I do is what they call keyword research. Like I said, if somebody's not searching for a recipe, there's really no point in making it because I won't get any traffic to my website. So it's really important for me to see what are people actually interested, what are people looking for. That's a big part of what I do. Now, Google has changed it around to where they're not sending as many people to our website anymore, but I still like to see, like, what are y'all interested in? I like to see, and I look real time on my phones, like, what are people looking for when it comes to content, when it comes to recipes. Are you guys looking? I did a budget meal series not too long ago. I'm actually still recording for that because I think it's important to show you guys how to cook on a budget. It's very, very possible. And that one has blown up. That one has done really good, the budget meal series, because people like to, times are hard, man. Things are expensive, and things don't need to be as expensive as they are. Don't make no damn sense. It upsets me how expensive things have gotten. I don't like it. But I did a series where I can show you guys how to cook for a family of 5 people for $50 a week, and it is so for real. I literally spent $50 at Walmart. I'm not too proud to buy Walmart brand, Kroger brand, I don't care. I will buy store brand in a heartbeat because that's how you save money. And I used to be one of those that would compare ingredients and see, like, hey, is this ingredient the same as the name brand ingredient? And it really is, y'all. It really is. Sometimes the store brand is better. There's certain things that I'll buy store brand and there's certain things that I won't. Like oatmeal. For some reason, them little packets of oatmeal, if you buy the store brand version, they're nasty. You have to have Quaker. That's just my opinion for oatmeal. So there's some things I won't buy store brand, but for the most part, this $50 series that I did, a lot of it was Walmart brand, great value, but it literally saves you money. You get the same meal out of it that you would if you was buying the $20 whatever. The one thing that I will say is super expensive right now is meat. It's hard to get past that. I have a Butcher Box membership, and that's actually pretty inexpensive, and you get a nice amount of meat each month. So if you haven't heard of them, you can check them out. But anyway, back to what I do, the website. I am running 2 websites, razzledazzlelife.com and delicioussidedishes.com. I post recipes on there, and a lot of brands have found me through my social media channels, or it's brands that I've worked with in the past, and then they pay me to make content for them. So my most recent one was a grocery order service named Hungry Root. They sent me a box of groceries. I made a video for them. They pay me. And I'm not talking chump change, y'all. I'm talking 5 figures. These brands pay. They have money. They have a marketing budget set aside to pay creators. So it's legit. It's good money. I did have an agent that I was working with for a short time. I didn't enjoy that. I feel like I'm not at a point in my journey where I want an agent just yet, because you have to share your money, and you kind of like the one that I was working with, I was depending on them to find brand deals for me, and I don't feel like they were doing a very good job. So I do everything myself when it comes to brands, in terms of they'll send me an email and say, hey, we saw your content on such and such platform and we would love to work with you. And then I, from there, go and negotiate my terms, how much they're going to pay me, what I'm going to do, when I'm going to get paid, et cetera, et cetera. So you can definitely get brand deals off of the content that you post. That's why I'm telling you, if you ever had a dream of making money online, post your content. Just post it. Don't sit back and wait. Just post your content. So I think after I post this video that I'm making right now, I'm going to come through and strategize what I'm going to make for this week. I have a few ideas in mind. I usually, if I'm like out in a grocery store, if I see a video, I'll put notes together as to what I'm going to make for that week. And I'm going to tell you guys what I had in mind this week. So I'm obsessed with that Chick-fil-A kale salad. I think it's so delicious. If you haven't had it, please go get it. It's really good. I'm going to make that. I got all the ingredients this weekend. I'm going to make the Chick-fil-A kale salad. It's basically kale. It has slivered almonds in it, homemade dressing. I'm going to make that. Now, like I said, when I post recipes or before I get ready to shoot a recipe, I like to see if anybody's searching for it or is it trending. And that is one that somebody, that at least, it's getting at least 12,000 searches per month. People are searching for that recipe. I'm actually going to put it in right now. I use something called Key Search. And I'll tell you exactly how many people a month are looking for that salad recipe. Because once I post it, so let's see, right now it says 8,100 people are looking for that kale salad each month. That's a lot. That's 8,000 people that could be going to my website. So that's money. Like I said, every single time somebody goes to my website, I make money. So this is a really good one. I'm going to make that. And it's easy. Now, one thing I will say, when I make healthy recipes, they don't do that well. Y'all are gluttonous like me. I like butter, sauce. Give me the sauce, give me the butter. Those recipes do really well on my website. The gluttonous ones. I mean, my website is kind of comfort food, but I do have the side dish website as well. So I'm going to make the Chick-fil-A side dish for that website. And then after that one, I'm going to do, because it kind of goes hand in hand, I might do what I call bulk prep and make a crispy chicken Caesar wrap. I think that would be delicious. I love Caesar salad, I love chicken, and I love a wrap. So we're going to combine it and do it all together. Let's see how many people a month are searching for that. So sometimes the name might be too specific. I put in crispy chicken Caesar wrap. It's not, it's only 720 people. So if I take that down and put chicken Caesar wrap, it's 50,000 people. So yes, we will do chicken Caesar wrap instead. So I'm going to make that. I'm going to make the Chick-fil-A kale salad, the crispy chicken Caesar wrap. I'm going to do, like I said, I don't do too many trends. There's a lot of like trendy stuff that goes around, but I did see one that I have to try, and it's the baked dumplings. I don't know if y'all have seen like the pot stickers that come in the bag. People are baking them with like a curry sauce. That looks so good. I'm going to make that. Oh, Biscoff Rice Krispie Treats. I know y'all are going to eat that one up, literally. I made some the other day, and my kids were like, you have to put this on your website. They know now, like, anytime I make something, whether it's website worthy or not. They're so good. They're sweet, but they're delicious. So I'm going to make those and the fruit salad. I ended up making the fruit salad yesterday. What is your guys' like go-to weeknight recipe? Somebody tell me if you have one. Because one thing about me is I wake up in the morning and food is on my mind because it's what I do for a living, but also because you have to feed your family, right? So the second I wake up in the morning, it's like, okay, what am I making for dinner tonight? And I either need to go take it out the fridge or I need to prep for it or whatever. Because sometimes I like to do a crock pot meal, something that I could just sit in there and forget about it and go on about my business. So, what do you guys make? What's like a go to for you? Somebody just asked me on my website if they can I have a creamy jalapeno salsa and they asked if they can can it and what the shelf life is. What's funny to me is I've never tried to can salsa. Do y'all know anything about canning? So basically, I don't know is my answer. I'm not afraid to tell somebody I don't know. I have gotten into my canning bag lately though. The other day I made some fresh pickles. Y'all want to see them? Hold on, I'm gonna show you. They're so good. Look, like I said, I'm kind of trying to get into my little canning bag. So I had got some, like I ordered little baby cucumbers, but they ended up sending me the pickling cucumbers. So I was like, what am I going to do with all those? So I made these fresh pickles. Y'all, I made them spicy. That's why you see jalapenos. But they're so freaking delicious. They're so good. I've been eating them like straight out the jar. Make your own food. Make your own food. Those are good. And they're so easy. You just literally have to cut them up. Put your little seasoning. That's another reason why I decided to start the website on recipes, because I am always making stuff like this. Just random food. And it ends up being so bomb. I'm like, dang, I need to share this with somebody. So now I share. I share my recipes. I don't make you, I share. I be telling y'all everything I make. I tell you how to make it. If you ever seen a video of mine, every recipe I post is on my website always. I don't keep it from you. If I post it, it's there. So yes, Money Monday. That's what I'm gonna call this, Money Monday. I'm gonna come talk to y'all and tell you. I could literally give you reports and show you. I truly make that much a month just on my website alone. It's a really beautiful thing. So I'll show you. Last night I think I made $448 on one of my websites just off of 489. That's how much I made yesterday. See? $489 just off of the ads on my website. So if you do the math, $489 times 30 days, I'm telling you guys, I'm making a pretty penny. So that's about $15,000 a month. And I'm only telling you guys that, not to brag, but to tell you that you should always run with your passion, because you can make money with your passion. So this Money Monday lesson is use what you're already doing, put it out there for the world to see, and you will make money. You're going to make money. That's this Money Monday talk for y'all. What are you already doing? Make money doing it. There's like a whopping 4 people in here. Are any of you guys ever interested in making money online? Ever? Because I say do it. You need to do it. It's very feasible. think we're always our biggest critic. You're always going to be your biggest critic. You're always going to tell yourself, like, because if you're sitting here watching me on YouTube, think about it could be you making money for yourself. You could be doing it. You just got to get out and do it. Who was watching Love Island? Did any of y'all watch Love Island? Or y'all sick of hearing about Love Island? I guess I'm kind of sick of it too. But another thing that I would say for money making is, if you guys don't want to do a website, at least start on one social media platform and get really good at it. I started with Instagram, and I started with Instagram before Instagram was even videos. It was just pictures, but I literally just built my audience brick by brick by brick. And I still don't have the largest presence on my social media channels, and I'm okay with that, because each person that comes is strategically there. They're following me because they want to be there. And like I said, when I first started, I did not want to be an influencer. I just wanted to run my websites, make money on my websites, and call it a day. But now that I've worked with brands and people have found me, and I just kind of got thrown into actually being what one would call a creator. And I'm okay with it. You know, I think that everything's evolved, everything is video based, so you kind of have to just go with the flow. Go with what's gonna work, and that's what works. But yeah, do you guys have any questions? I'm editing this fruit salad so that I could upload it to my website. And y'all, this fruit salad didn't make it through the night. My kids ate it all yesterday. That's how good it is. I put a honey lime dressing on it and like a little coconut pineapple juice. Bomb. It was so bomb. It was so good. It was so good. The most tedious part about this fruit salad is you have to sit there and chop up every piece of fruit. But I used one of those salad choppers. Have you seen those? The little chopping thing to chop up the fruit, so it was like little bite-sized pieces of fruit. It was so good. Fruit has gotten so expensive though. That's the only qualm I have with this recipe. The only problem is that it was a little bit expensive. Pineapples have gotten hot. Blueberries. Don't try to buy a raspberry. You're gonna spend at least $6. I don't know why fruit is so darn high right now. That's the cool part about eating healthy. It's expensive. But anyway, it's like nature's candy. It was so good. I'm gonna post it this week so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so on this Money Monday episode, my takeaway for you guys is post your content. Post your content, post your content. Don't sit on it. If you have any dream of making money online, I make over $10,000 a month just by posting my recipes for the world to see. I work with brands. I highly recommend that you just get out there and put yourself out there. Put your content out there for people to see. Whether you're gardening, you're taking a walk with your dog, if you're a dog groomer, if you're a trucker, put your content out there. Let people see what you're doing. You don't necessarily have to have a website. And once it's out there, somebody is going to be watching. Somebody's looking for what you're doing. There's a lot of money to be made. A lot. So just post. Don't sit back. Don't wait. Show the world what you're doing. Somebody wants to see it. And remember that even if you think that it's oversaturated, if you think like, oh, I have this great idea of what I want to do for a blog or for social media, but there's too many people already doing it. There's hundreds of brands of bread in the bread aisle, and there's one there for everybody. So don't be that loaf of bread that's just sitting at home. Like, actually put your content out there so people can see what you're doing. That's how you're going to make money online. So I'm going to go. It was so much fun talking to you guys. Let me know if you have any questions in my comments on how to make money online. There's so many different options. I can give you some advice on if you want to start a website, if you want to start social media, just ask. I am an open book. I usually try to answer any questions people have, especially when it comes to starting the business, because I'm pretty passionate about it. I know how to do it. I've started 2 websites from scratch. I've built my social media channels brick by brick, layer by layer. Although they're not as big as I want, they're big enough for now. So let me know if you have any questions or comments in my comment section, or you can message me on all social media platforms, Razzle Dazzle Life, and I'll be there to answer. So it was fun talking to you. I'll be back Monday. I might come back live to shoot some of the recipes that I told you guys I was gonna make. So stay tuned for that. If you'd rather see me cooking, I like to yap, but I might come back and show you my cooking. Talk to you soon.